Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we talk about Andre Dillard possibly finding a home in Indianapolis. Also, five more players were cut. We went from 80 to 75, but we still got to get to 53 by Tuesday. Who's next?
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today we got a lot to talk about. But before we do that, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Do not forget to turn on post notifications, yes, that bell, so you know when we go live, drop content, all that good stuff. And be sure to hit the like button. It goes a long way for the channel, and it's greatly appreciated. Also, follow me on Twitter. That's where we talk Eagle news behind the YouTube scenes, all that good stuff. At Philly_Mike25, and you know how we start these videos.
EAGLES Eagles!
Now let's go. I've been talking about this at the end of my videos, but I want to get it out in the beginning so people who don't finish the video all the time can hear it too. But if you are a channel member and you want to be in a fantasy football league, it's a $50 buy-in. Comment on this video. The best way to reach me is really inboxing me on Twitter so we can handle the payment and stuff like that. We got a couple more days to get this finalized. Lastly, if you are not a channel member and you want to be in it, comment, DM me on Twitter, all that stuff. And if we can find a spot for you, we will. It's fun. We got one league already on lock. We're working on another league, so we need about 9 to 11 players. We got some channel members who want to be in it, but I need you guys to let me know. Inbox or on this video comment. We got to nail it down. But let's get into today's video, which we'll start with the cuts. Shout out to Tim McManus. Eagles continue to trim the roster. We waived tight end Kerry Angeline, and I guess he was that big body wide receiver. Big body tight end that could have filled in for a Tyrese Jackson. I know Gate City got some love for him just because he's an NC State guy. Defensive end Jaquan Bailey, cut. Running back Elijah Holyfield. He always gets on the team when it comes to this time of the season. He gets to practice with us, but he just can't make the roster. Another one who's always on the team at this time of the season is wide receiver Marketing Michelle and also linebacker Rashad Smith. That brings us to 75. We still need to get to 53 by Tuesday, and there are a lot of other players that we can easily see being cut, whether it's one of the wide receivers of Travis Fulgham, John Hightower, or J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. You got some defensive linemen. I don't even know their names. I think one's Williams, number 63. Not Milton Williams, but there's another Williams. There's a couple guys who are fringe bubble. Patrick Johnson, a late-round pick. Terrion Jackson. These guys are trying to make that last spot. We'll see where it goes. But the Eagles know who their starters are, you know what I mean? And the depth behind that is concerning. So guys who would have normally made the team might not make the team. Them fringe guys might not make it because we might have to go out and get another piece or two in the secondary or at the linebacker position from other teams, because other teams might have more depth at cornerback, right? We have more depth at defensive line, right? So we are going to cut a guy possibly that could make another team or this team on the defensive line, but we need that spot for a secondary piece because we're bad there. Michael Jaquette, man, I love him trying to grow, and maybe you can hold him for the practice squad, but he can't be on the roster. He can't be a go-to guy after Slay and Nelson. McPherson will keep because we're going to develop him. He's a young player, but Michael Jaquette, I just don't know. He's young too, only his second year, undrafted. But if you could stash him, you got to stash him. We got to get some more depth at the cornerback position. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Elijah Riley, Graylin Arnold, these are guys who are going to try to make it too. Kayvon Seymour, these are all guys who possibly could get cut going from 75 to 53. But let's talk about this. Colts left tackle Sam Tevy is out for the season with a torn ACL per at Mike Wells of the NFL. Adam Schefter tweeted this, and As soon as that, I saw Dave Sangaro in the chat, not in the chat, but in the comment section with this picture. Howie Roseman, he's lurking. We're hearing reports that LaRaven Clark, the guy we signed from the Colts, the left tackle, did really good this preseason. He has one of the highest graded blocks in the small sample size that he played per PFF. So if Jordan Mailata is your guy, which I think we need to lock him up, we'll talk about that a little bit. And Lorenzo Clark or LaRaven Clark, I forgot how you say his name. If he's your second string guy, Indianapolis could look at a guy like Andre Dillard and we can get a package for him. Let's be honest. I saw some good things from Andre Dillard in that Jets game. Now, again, it was their backups versus our backups. What is that saying? But the way he was moving, I loved him on the pull runs, the inside runs where they had to pull him to the right. I like how he got out there on a couple wide receiver screens. He was showing some footwork. Again, one of his biggest weaknesses is the bull rush. He has to get stronger, but he does got quick hands. He got quick feet. He's good on a lot of sweeps and wide receiver screens, and maybe just a change of scenery can get his confidence back up. But I thought he looked pretty serviceable in the Jets game, and maybe, Howie Roseman looking at what the Colts have on their team / picks, maybe we can get something to work. Left tackles are left tackle. No matter what we want to say, they are valuable. And speaking of valuable, Jordan Mailata, if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles between now and the first couple games, I'm going to him with an extension. Let's be honest. When I had my guy Brendan from NFL Post on the channel, he said the 11th highest paid left tackle was making about $14 million, $11 million. I forgot exactly what he said. Here's the thing. Jordan Mailata is only making like $850K. He can bet on himself to go out and prove he's a top 10, top 15 left tackle and then get paid 10 to 12, 13, 14 million from the Philadelphia Eagles next year. Or he can say, you know what? I want to get a deal now, and we try to pay him something between 7 to 10. Maybe it's 7, maybe 8, maybe 9, something along them lines, but a short deal, 2 to 3 years. And then when the 2-year deal's up and he's proven to be top 10, top 15, he can go out and get that for sure good deal and end up finishing his career with the Eagles. A lot of people say Howie Roseman is shady, and he might be, but there's one thing he's not shady on, and that's the left tackle. Look at Trey Thomas, long career, got paid. Jason Peters, long career, got paid. So it's up to Andre Dillard. It's up to Jordan Mailata to say, $850K, what if I get hurt? What if I'm not that good? Or that $850K turns into $7 million, $8 million, $9 million, and then you do show you're good, but you're going to get another extension or another contract in 2 to 3 years. I think Howie Roseman can nail this deal, and I think it has to be done because you don't want it to be week 10 and you're like, wow, this guy's top 8, top 10, top 12. We about to pay him 14 per year. At least if we do, let it be 2 3 years down the line where our cap is fixed. Definitely fixed. So I think that is a must. And we also know this ain't part of the title, but Dallas Goedert extension is trying to be worked on. We hear that he's trying to be like a top 5 pay tight end in between Kelsey and I think Jonnu Smith or whoever that guy is. I'm hearing between 12 to 14 million for Goddard. Again, it can even go up if you do not get this stuff done now and let them go out and play hard. Now, Zach Ertz being on a team is going to stunt the growth of Goddard, but could that help with the dollar bills, the technical parts of Howie Roseman? But you got to show us this, that, and the third. So all that comes into play. Goddard, Mailata, we got to nail them down. Try to go out to the Kansas City. Why am I so mixed up? It's an early morning video again. It probably won't be released till like 3:30 or something like that. But Indianapolis could use a left tackle. Hey, Howie, give him a call. I know you already called him. I mean, if there's one thing about Howie, he's in everybody's business. With that being said, let me know all your thoughts on the 5 guys we cut. Andre Dillard possibly going to Indianapolis. Let me know about the fantasy draft. It's fun. We chop it up. But I got to get the channel members in first. So channel members, please hit me up on my inbox. Comment under. The guys who were in last year's one, you don't have to. You're already locked in your league. Let me know in the comment section. And if you guys got any surprise cuts that might come up or guys you think are on the bubble, let me know everybody you think is going to get cut. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We are out.